9:30 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. All right, let's start with the East and what we are going to see tomorrow. I think Melo during the pregame show talked about a gentleman's sweep. I don't know if he still believes that because it's like an hour removed. That's what you said.
I was speaking to Rashard.
Being generous.
That's
My
what he
teammate
said.
Rashard Lewis in the
I'm
building.
being generous.
Okay.
But I do believe Cleveland have one more shot to get their stuff together on home court, come out. Mac always say first 5-6 minutes of the game. Let's see what Cleveland do because New York right now, they just on the roll. It seems like everything is clicking, hitting on all cylinders. And the Knicks also understand we got to close this out. We can close this out. We will close this out. That's the mentality that they need going into Cleveland.
Hey, goodbye. What's that mean?
Man, it's over. Sweet. Because I'm going to ask you this. You're down.
He trying to throw you in there.
I'm not throwing you in there.
I'm
not throwing you in there. I'm just saying. I'm saying. They're down 3-0.
Yes.
Right? Has anybody come back from 3-0?
The numbers
It's never happened.
The numbers are the numbers.
Happened.
Yes.
So you trying to tell me the 12 guys that's in that locker room right now
believe that they're going to be the ones?
they can win
Yes,
the
they do.
series?
They do. I'm going to say Cleveland believe that they can still win.
The team that threw in the towel early last game, in Game 3.
They're getting their rest for Game 4.
Okay. All right. No. It's over, man. The Knicks are clicking on all cylinders. They have too many guys playing great basketball. They have a guy that could get you 30 if he's going single coverage. If he's getting double teamed, he makes the right plays for his guys to do their thing, which they are doing. They have two guys shooting 60% on jumpers. That's Mikal. And what's my other guy name? I'm sorry, NBC, and our fans. But they have two guys shooting 60% on jumpers, 2-point jumpers. They're clicking, man. Cleveland, on the other hand, they don't know what they want to do, right? Donovan Mitchell don't know if he wants to be a scorer, if he wants to be a facilitator. Sometimes he's deferring to James Harden too much. No, my brother, you need to be the number one option, and you need to come in and attack right away, set the tone. We haven't seen that consistently. James Harden, don't turn the ball over. Be a facilitator. Score when you have one-on-one opportunities. Oh, you like what I'm saying, Cuzzo?
It sounds like you're fixing the problem.
It does.
I'm trying, but
Sounds like they might be fixable problems if they do what you said. Like, it's possible. So
we're trying, but I just don't see it happening.
Go ahead, VC.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
Mello.
VC.
No,
Thank
go
you,
ahead,
T-Mac.
Go ahead, Mello.
You got anything you need to say about the Knicks?
The Knicks? You don't want to say anything about the
I
Knicks?
want to talk about Cleveland.
Okay.
So I agree. They need to. First 5-6 minutes are important for them, for confidence-wise. First 5-6 minutes of the first quarter and the third quarter.
That confidence is gone.
It's out of there.
Hey,
You saw it.
there.
You saw it in
I'm
Game
going to
3.
be the vet in the locker room to always believe that we have a chance to get us a win. Nobody wants to be swept. We all understand that.
There's a ticket that goes to Cleveland in the morning. You can go sit in the locker room as a vet and talk to those guys.
do it.
That's try to get those guys going because this Knicks team is not stuck in the finals.
I agree.
And this game right here, they're going to try to get this game over with early.
You think they want to go back to the Garden? You know how electrifying the Garden's going to be if they come back there.
The whole city.
And then what could potentially happen in the Garden?
You think they want to hear?
It's embarrassing.
Do you think they want to hear? Oh, we brought James Harden in to be this particular team, and we got swept? I don't think so.
No, but
You
it's
don't
going
wanna hear that.
to.
But they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, though.
Yeah, you did.
Didn't they achieve something again to the Eastern Conference Finals?
It's a place Donovan Mitchell's never been. But they did.
Donovan Mitchell has never been to the Eastern Conference
And you
Finals.
don't want to
They
be swept.
bring James Harden in, and they reached the Eastern Conference Final.
Yeah.
I think this is a
Yeah, I
pretty
agree.
successful.
I don't want to get swept.
After trading Garland, right, because of they felt like James Harden is available. Garden was dealing with injuries. I do think Garden would probably be a better fit right
This
now.
was the trade. This is why they made the trade. This is why Cleveland made the trade.
I do think having a score next to Donovan Mitchell when things get stagnant, Garland was that guy.
Yeah. I just don't think Cleveland have enough. When you talk about the Knicks hitting on all cylinders, they don't have enough to go and compete against the New York Knicks right now, man to man. They just can't match up.
No, because we bringing the
just
guy
don't wanna
that's
get
with the
swept.
Clippers now, Garland. So no.
Birthday boy, man.
This guy.
Listen, OG Anunoby, that was the guy who was shooting 60% on twos, by the way.
My fault.
Landry
Thank you.
Shamet, remember,
Thank you.
he's come in. He's knocked down big threes. He also was like 8 for 5 or something like that, 5 for 8.
5 for 8.
Over the last 2 games. More than impressive is what he's been. So they've shown a little bit more depth. They have more options. Meanwhile, we're sitting here where OKC, they couldn't find the option or the answer for the Spurs in Game 4. Their two-time MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he did have 19.
He might be. It's a different era now.
He might be making more.
Right, Mel. They are getting it straight out of college, bro. They signed them big deals.
Listen, the Spurs did not turn the ball over like they did over the last 2 games, like they did the first 2. They had 44 turnovers in Game 1 and 2, just 28 in Games 3 and 4. Stephon Castle had 20 through the first 2 games, just 2 in Games 3 and 4, and he's outside the locker room chatting to the media.
Crazy shot. Big time shot. I think we came into halftime up like 12 because of that shot. After they started a run and cut it to 6 right before the half, so big time shot for sure. Well, you can't really predict how a game's going to go, but I just think the process of it and where our energy was at, I expected that for sure.
As physical as the series has been for the fan, it's not surprising at all. There's blood all over the floor.
Nah, it's not surprising. I really expected it sooner, honestly. But I just think that's the kind of series it's been, and we knew it was going to be a tough series, but I think that's what makes it fun.
Tonight was it more their team's blood or your team's blood?
I think that was their team's blood tonight.
They cut us off.
I saw the Salesian sisters. You had a moment with them before the game. I guess, hey, worked out pretty well, huh?
Yeah, no, that was awesome. It was cool to see them. I've been sent some pictures, obviously, of them, and I'm Catholic. I've got extended family who's like religious, like the Dominican and stuff. So it was awesome to see them there. Shout out to all religious sisters and brothers who are praying for us and offer mass and all that stuff that we don't know the extent of, but it was great to see them, and obviously Catholic faith and those sisters, and it's just a big part of San Antonio too. So it was cool to see them there and for them to come support. And I 1-0. So pretty good results. It's not what it's about, but we'll take it. Yeah.
Take a
we're gonna fly him to OKC. I don't know. We have to get him on the plane, man.
And a Hail Mary, I guess, or right before the halftime buzzer too, from Wendy.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, we can just offer a decade maybe and put us in a good position. We need to keep that going the whole time.
Baskets. That was one of the differences in this game is that their attention to details defensively, not getting caught up in Shai's shenanigans. Would you say
Shai's game plan?
You can say
well, the shenanigans back and forth with the fans because that's what you hear on
strategy.
So, but my point is, he does a great job of manipulating the defense, getting the fouls. Now that you notice the detail was hands up and have them back.
Mitch Johnson actually said, he was like, we were not as disciplined as we should have been on Shai in Game 3, and that was the difference. And you could see that was a point of emphasis, I feel like, in Game 4. Go ahead, Tim.
You know what I loved about San Antonio's defense? We talk about the energy and effort, and you could see when Shai or whoever had the ball, when they're attacking, right, trying to break the shell, typically the weak side defenders or defenders that's not on primary on the ball, you kind of glued to your man, but you were watching the ball, but they were going and attacking Shai or whoever that ball handler was. You're not expecting that from a defender to come from different angles, right, when you're in the paint or attacking downhill. It was phenomenal that they gave that extra effort, which you didn't see in Game 3.
Only a couple defensive guys know how to play that way.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Caruso was one of them.
Yes.
And OKC have about 2 or 3 guys, especially in Stephon Castle. Anytime somebody is on that elbow, turn their man,
they go get hit.
They scramble and they help each other out. Once one person scramble, everybody's in scramble rotation. So when that happens, it gives everybody confidence on the defensive end. We know Stephon Castle is going to take chances on the defensive end. We know Darren Fox going to take chances on the defensive end, but that allows Wemby to go from corner to baseline, to top of the key, and just be a roamer. And I think tonight they allowed OKC, meaning they allowed Wemby to just roam defensively. He was getting through picks. He was trapping. He was getting back to the rim. He just was dominant on the defensive end. Also, they allowed San Antonio to use their hands a lot today too. Because they set their tone early in the basketball game.
Yeah, and to play that way, it takes extra effort. And I think that entire team understood we have to lay it on the line tonight. or this series, we put ourselves in a tough situation, in a deeper hole to climb, and I think you could see the activity. If you're going to give yourself up, it was the next man rotating, and they were flying around, trying to take away the three-point shot, still not allowing them in the paint. Like, that takes a lot, and they did that tonight.
Listen, we've seen a bench perform at the highest level.
Yeah, right?
Outscoring them by 119 points.
Mm-hmm.
So you better have the energy and effort and the intention of coming out and playing that way in a game where you're down.
They took away OKC's kind of strength tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The bench, we talked about the bench, how deep they are. The bench didn't, they didn't give us nothing tonight. I would say that. Then they took away the road dominance of OKC. OKC on the road, they're dominant on the road. They took that away. For me, all the trends of OKC that we've been talking about, the strengths,
they took that away.
They took that away. Yeah. So now this is even. They got to go back to OKC. And to me, the pressure is on the Spurs to keep that up and go back to OKC and win on the road.
Yeah, listen, ultimately the Thunder, they shot it 18% from three.
Wow.
Yeah, they were 6 for 33. Yeah. 33% for the game. So the defense for the Spurs hit a different level. And now Mark Dagnall, he's got to go back to the drawing board, come up with the next adjustment.